Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Versus4. If you don't know what Versus4 is, I'd be very surprised, but if you don't, there is a link in the description below to Custard Profits, full explanation and rules and exactly what is happening. But the lowdown is we have got 8 people competing over 2 groups to make it into the second group by finishing in the top 2 positions within their group to face off for a second season. And of course, we're all managing Juventus. At this point, you've probably seen most, if not all, of the first episodes that have been put out there. There's been some absolutely fantastic ones. There's been some superb results. Pressure's on. The pressure is absolutely on in Group B as well, because I don't think anybody did any better than a superb win. So, hot day today, hence why I look a bit shiny and sweaty. I apologise for that, but it is a heat wave at the moment. Without further ado, let's have a look and see how things have been going. All in all, it's not been going too badly. Obviously, last time you saw us was the first game of the season, which is away at Sassuolo, and we beat them 5-1. Absolutely fantastic. As you know, my pre-season was pretty great, apart from the first couple of matches, which were a wee bit iffy. Obviously, this looks pretty good. Certainly looks pretty good to me, but I haven't had this sort of form since I was Lillestrøm manager, and that was because they were OP for the division, and this kind of feels like exactly the same thing, really, to be honest with you. Plus, I also realised that if I'm capable of doing this, admittedly we did drop points against Inter, I will go through results in a second, so's everybody else. So, without further ado, I'll get into it. Second game was against Calgary, whoever they are. We beat them at home 1-0. It wasn't what I would necessarily call a strong performance from us. As you can see, Danilo did great. He got player of the match and did very well. But like I say, we dominated in terms of shots on target, but had a better possession and all the rest of it. So it was, I'm glad to come away with a win, but I thought that was going to be either our first draw or possibly even our first loss the way that they played. So it wasn't. That's the good news. Moving on from there, we faced off away against Lazio, beat them 3-2. Again, quite a tight game. We'd gone 2-0 up. They pulled, in fact, we went 3-0 up, and they managed to pull 2 back in the dying minutes. And I'll not lie to you, you had that slight twitchy moment, because bearing in mind they only had 2 shots on target, and they managed to score both of them. And right at the end there, they were really pressing and pushing hard, so we were lucky, I think, in some ways, to get away with the win, but we managed it nevertheless. Who else we got after that? So after that, we got our first game in the Champions League. Now, this is Group G. We've got it really easy. It's a very, very easy group. We've got Krasnodar, we've got Lille, and we've got Porto. Porto, I think, have been the tougher team. As you can see, we've played 3 Champions League games so far, and we've won all 3 of them. And we've not even conceded a goal, look. No goals conceded for Juventus. In the European Champions Cup thus far, obviously we've still got more games to go, but we are sat at the top of the stack, looking good. Now, obviously, in terms of this competition, that don't mean anything, but in terms of staying in this competition and not getting sacked, there's going to have to be a decent performance in Europe. But anyway, first game was at home against Krasnodar, and we won comfortably 2-0. Wasn't a particularly exciting match. We were solid. They didn't play badly. I didn't feel like we dominated them, even though, the stats suggest we did. But we came away from that 2-0 winner, so we're back in the league after that. Home to Genoa, 5-0. I haven't been telling you all the goals, have I, who's been scoring them? If we go back to Calgary, we got Bonucci scored. Against Lazio, Higuain and Ronaldo scored. Krasnodar, Bonucci and Bernardeschi scored against Genoa. Well, Mary Demirol, who I will be talking about in a minute when we have a quick look at the squad. But younger player, development player, already on the up, already making big improvements, and pretty much held on to his spot in central defence, even at 21, even with Juventus. 8 starts, 1 sub-appearance, but an average rating of 7.68. It's insane. So he's brilliant. I'm very, very happy with him. He did get sent off, unfortunately, fairly recently, in the Champions League, so he's going to be out, but that is what it is. After Genoa, we faced off against Udinese. They came to visit, and Ronaldo scored 5 goals. And Quadrado got 1, but Ronaldo scored 5. That's 4 goals and a penalty. So that was a lovely, lovely result. But after that, we dropped our first points of the season against Inter, 1-1. And as it was, Stefan de Vrij scored an own goal, though I will say this, it was nicely set up See if we can watch it. I say it's an own goal. It's like one of our players kicked it at him to bounce it into the net. So we'll have a quick look at it because, like I say, it was a bit of fun. So yeah, Higuain, Dybala goes around his man and yeah, bounces off the keeper and hits De Vries and goes in. So yeah, we drew. They were the better team. I mean, I guess we had slightly more shots, though. They had more on target. We were about even on fouls. They had the better possession. It's kind of one of those games where it didn't feel like I could do anything about it. And as it was, I actually had to take Ronaldo off. That's the first time he's ever had that bad a game. But as you can see, we struggled elsewhere towards the end. Costa did not do a good job for him. And Dybala was just having a bit of a stinker, really. So that was that. That's our only drop points thus far. After that, we're back in the Champions League where we faced off against Porto away, and we won that 1-0. Cristiano Ronaldo scoring the only goal, but I tell you, it's a tough game. I mean, we had the better possession, but as you can see, in terms of shots and shots on target, they were on top of us. As it was, they just couldn't make it count, and which is great. But like I say, that's the toughest team I would suggest in our group. So after that, we were at home to Bologna, and we beaten 5-1 2 goals from Ronaldo, 2 from Higuain, and 1 from Dybala. After that, Brescia away, 3-1, goals from Rabiot, Higuain, and Costa. Then we're back in the Champions League against Lille, who we beat 1-0. Dybala getting the only goal there. Again, it was a fairly tight match, as you can see. We had better possession, a lot better possession, but they did have slightly better shots and shots on target. But overall, we were the better team. We only managed to score the 1, and we managed to score 1 only after Merry Demiral got sent off. I told you he got suspended, got sent off. It was a 2-footed challenge. There was no yellow beforehand, and he deserved to go, but we still managed to score. Dybala did on the 52nd minute to nick it. So again, nice result, but not really what I call a strong result or strong performance. And that leads us to the final 2 games we've played in the league, which was at home to Napoli. I was expecting a tougher challenge, I'll not lie to you. 6-0. Alex Merritt got an own goal, but we've also got a hat-trick from Paulo Dybala and 2 from Costa. And as you can see, Napoli, they didn't even get a shot. Not even a shot. They had 50% of possession, but not a single shot on target or otherwise. So very, very strong performance from us. And finally, the last match we played in was away to Parma, and we won 2-0. Goals from Dybala and Brunori again. I was expecting slightly more out of Parma. As it was, we were pretty much dominant for the for the whole 90 minutes. Pretty good. Which takes us right up to today, which, of course, our game today is going to be against Spal, who are also called, and I've got it open somewhere else. Maybe I don't. Perhaps I lied. Here we go. Società Polisportiva AC Leber, or something like that. AC Leber. Società Polisportiva. Yeah, my Italian's brilliant, isn't it, right? So, that's all we need to see apart from the results. Let's have a look at the league itself. We are, of course, top. On 28 points after 10 games. 1-9, drawn 1, lost 0. So far, Fiorentina are keeping up with us in terms of not losing any. And closest after that would be Inter, who, of course, have only lost 1 to Lazio. But we are scoring ridiculous numbers of goals. Ridiculous numbers. We got a goal difference of plus 31, which is, well, it's basically, I think, well, yeah, it's more than double, I think, anybody else's goal difference. So, I mean, that tells you all you need to know, really. But another interesting thing, I obviously talked in the first episode about playing for set pieces. Well, that's what we've been doing. As I said, I would be. And honestly, it's worked fairly well. Stats, there we go. Team detailed. Okay. Goals from corners. We're top. We've scored 7 goals from corners from 10 matches. That's 7 of our 37 goals are from corners alone. So, you know, my corner tactic is definitely working. Obviously, I'm doing the playing for set pieces training. I also have decent set-piece takers, which makes all the difference, and of course decent set-piece targets, because I would argue most of those goals from corners are the ones that bounce off the head of Ronaldo. He's superb. He's a superb target for that. But interestingly enough, direct free kicks, we haven't scored any. And indirect free kicks, we haven't scored any of them either. So I think I need to look at maybe those setups, especially when I consider how good the corner success is. I feel like I need to do a bit better on the free kicks. But yeah, so that's quite interesting. Nice to see that at least we're making the best of corners, even if it's not making the best of all free kicks. But I mean, if you look at direct free kicks, Calgary's the only team to have scored 2. Everybody else has got 1 out of 10 matches, so you don't expect to get a great deal. But in direct free kicks, you see Inter have scored 5. Napoli 4, Roma 3, Lazio 3, and so on and so forth. But yeah, we've not managed any yet. When I say yet, there are going to be some changes. But that's how things are going to go. We'll have another quick look at the tactics before we move on to the game. It's pretty much what you saw last time. A couple of things have changed here and there. Sometimes Bernardeschi plays an inverted winger. Sometimes Cuadrado an inverted wing-back. It just depends on how things are going and who we're playing. But already we are feeling the heat of people needing to be rested and people getting knackered because of the amount of games we've got. And unfortunately, it's the likes of Ronaldo and one or two of the older players, should we say, the more senior players. So, yeah, pretty much, as you left it, if you will. We've had 1 or 2 injuries. Marchi's out. Chiellini, we know, is out. Demiral's out at the moment, and he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks, which is a shame because, like I say, he has been absolutely superb. I mean, like, really, really good. So it's going to be hard to replace in that respect. Pjanic is also being rested. Same problem. It's just, like I say, we've got a lot of games, and we've still got a lot of games coming up. If we have a look at the schedule, obviously, this game is the first game in November, game 11 against Spal. But after that, of course, we've got Lille again, and we've got Roma, Sampdoria, and then we're back in the Champions Group for Krasnodar. So it's just a ton of games. I mean, you can see it sort of better slightly here. Obviously, today's game is Spal, then on Saturday, then the following Wednesday we've got Lille, and then the following Sunday we've got, we're not getting a lot of time in between matches at the moment, and it is what it is, but we are keeping our winning ways, and like I say, I'm very happy with that, but I have to assume that if I've been able to do that, so has everybody else, so I'm not, showing you anything that's going to be outstanding compared to anyone else. Like I say, if I'm honest, I strongly believe at least some people will have not even dropped a point. There's going to be, just straight wins throughout. So, but in terms of, one other last thing to look at, there's going to be last things to look at. Team cohesion. This is king for me. Always has been for FM20 and has helped me do well. Team cohesion, dressing room atmosphere, managerial support is important. And things have definitely improved there because we're up to an average rating now. There's a number of players I'm not, influencing. But if we have a look at where we are, I'm down to no players opposing me, which is great because I think at the start it was around about 9. Then I got it down to 6. Now I'm down to 0. Only 5 players support me, though, and there are 23 that have no real opinion of me, which is fine because, 9 of those used to dislike me and used to oppose me, including Bonucci, including Cristiano Ronaldo, and including Alexandro and Costa. They all were like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Why is he in charge? But our decent level of morale, our decent level of results, and taking Old Lady Plays' advice. If you haven't watched it already, she does have this fantastic series about tips for being, good at Football Manager. Go watch it. It's on her channel. The links to her channel's below. One of the things she talks about when joining a new club is making friends with your club captain. Well, I did that because that's Bonucci, obviously, with Buffon as backup. Bonucci's backup, with Chiellini. But Chiellini's sick. Buffon supports me anyway. So I worked on Bonucci, made friends with him. Pretty much anybody who didn't like me, every week or so, every couple of weeks, I'd kiss their ass a little bit, tell them how wonderful they were, what a great job they were doing. And I feel like that, along with obviously the decent results and all the rest of it and keeping morale up, is why I'm no longer hated at Juventus. Still got a ways to go. I'm interested to see how that's going to improve as we get further into the season, because obviously we're only 10 games in thus far. But yeah, that's been a big improvement. And oh yeah, I didn't do any transfers. I did put a little tweet out just to put the cat amongst the pigeons, get people thinking in their game. We had a bid for Messi accepted, 300 million. He didn't want to join. But it was a bit of fun putting it out there. But just see what people think. Just rattle the cages, see what people do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All I'm going to show you. Now we're going to go up against Spal and see how we get on there. Alrighty, it is time for Juventus at home to Spal. In goal, it's Chesney, a back four of Sandro, Nacho, De Ligt, and Cuadrado. I'd also like to take a moment just to thank everybody who's been pronouncing the names properly, such as Football Manager Maniac, our early favourite, and of course Old Lady Plays, who always gets it right. So yes, I'm now saying Chesney, De Ligt, etc. Bentasur, better. So yes, Cuadra right back, defensive midfield, Bentasur, central midfield, Rabiot, right wing, Bernardeschi, left wing, Ronaldo, and up front is Higuain and Dybala. Higuain, of course, getting his name. So yes, thank you, Football Manager Maniac. Superb. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the match. We are favourites for this game, as it is Spal in 17th at the moment, and we are, of course, unbeaten at the top, but anything can happen in the next 90 minutes. So, let us challenge them to pick up where we left off. This is something else I mentioned, actually. I've found that, obviously, I'm not used to managing big clubs at all. I normally start with a smaller team, and even if I get them to be a half decent-sized club or a bigger club, as it were, it's not the same. It's never the same. And I certainly haven't played a game long enough where I've been able to, raise Oldham's profile to be like Juventus. So it's a completely, it's not completely different. Obviously, a lot of the fundamentals are the same. But one thing that I've realised and that I've found to have worked is when you consider that most of these players are star players or superb players. Every single one of them, including the least decent players on the team, would still walk into the Oldham first team at the moment, in season 6, only our second season in the Prem. So, it's a different kettle of fish. You're expecting more out of these guys because you pay them a fortune and you've paid a fortune for them. So, in terms of how I speak to them and how I motivate them, certainly in a case where we are the dominant force in the league, I'm motivating in the same way as I did Lillstrom when we were, when they were that dominant. And, it's not like, well, please do your best. It's like, do a good job. If they're only doing an okay job, you tell them they're doing rubbish rather than tell them they can. You know what I mean? It's just that sort of attitude, really. So, anyway, assertive. It's said, pick up from where you left out last time. We're also going to expect quality finishing, control the midfield, and defensive. As you can see, that has improved. They're listening to me. Nacho, unfortunately, is not particularly match sharp. But we got injuries. We got troubles. But yeah, so like I say, this is working quite nicely now. Kickoff time. Juventus, black top, white shorts. Spal, white top, blue shorts. And we will go full match to kick off. Ronaldo on the ball. Bentasur. Rabiot. No, we're not really getting forward, are we, lads? Come on. We've got more players than that when you put it out wide to someone instead of just playing with each other. Come on, Oh, for crying out loud. Free kick. Don't like it when they do that. Let's get positive. There you go. Ronaldo with a free kick into the box. Cleared. Cherry. No. Yes. Finds Alessandro. Oh. Ronaldo now on the ball for Juventus. Rabiot. Bentasur. Out wide. Finds Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi's in the box. Goes past his man. Has a go. And he has forced a corner. So let's see if we can score off a corner here, because we have been doing quite well. Higuain to take it towards the far post. Cleared. Oh yeah, because Cristiano Ronaldo handballed. Mate, who do you think you are? Maradona. Berisha with the goal kick for Spal. And we got on the end of that. I've got it on positive. I wonder if I should just go attacking and get creative. The ball has mostly been in our opponent's end so far this match, but nevertheless. Ooh, that wasn't great clearance. Alessandro. He's not getting past our boys. They're keeping hold of the ball. I wonder if... Let's try some of that juicy gegenpressing. Again, I'm back to the gegenpress, having really not used it properly, or hardly at all. In this version of Football Manager, it was big for me in FM19. Cuadrado. Spearheading a counter-attack. He's got support. Ronaldo. Oh, that's just awful. Not a great shot, Ronaldo. Not a great shot. I expect more from you than that. That's not good enough. Long ball out. I mean, we're dominant here, so I'm going to go key highlights. Or at least we're dominant in terms of the better chances, I guess. This isn't necessarily working at all, is it? Try that. Try that. Oops. And I keep forgetting to do that, but I need to give Chesney, or Chesney plays best, should we say, when I give him the freedom to pretty much handle things how he wants. Ooh, lovely ball in for Dybala. He doesn't get to it. Bentasser. Tackled quite firmly by Dabo. Free kick now. Dybala to take it. Comes to nothing. Yeah. Free kicks, not our strongest suit. Corners, fantastic. Did I go on to key highlights in the end? No, I didn't. There we go, key highlights. There we go. Cuadrado on a run. Rabiot. Finds Cuadrado again. Cuadrado's brilliant, I have to say. Bernardeschi, he's got support to his right. But he forces a corner. Like I say, we've done well on corners. Oh, didn't get to see that one. Sandro with the throw in. Finds Nacho. Rabiot. Bentasser. Coming forward now. Brings De Ligt. Brings the ball out. We got Bernardeschi on the right wing again. He's in the box and he's been fouled. What's it going to be? I'm just going to pause this here. If you haven't seen it already, go and watch that Trucking Football Manager's video from episode 1. I'm sure you've seen it already. Didn't have the best of results, bless him, but I loved his commentary when the guy came up to watch the replay. It's absolutely superb. For me, it was worth watching just for that. It was an excellent move, so I love that. But what we got? What we doing, ref? Penalty? Usually is. Yeah. I don't think yet I've seen the guy go and look at the TV and it not be a penalty. Ronaldo to take it. Oh my crap. It's been saved. That's not good news at all. Corner now. Higuain. Into the middle. Dybala. Bernardeschi. Higuain again. Bernardeschi. Oh, it's just not happening. Well, that's knackered Ronaldo's game. I mean, look, he's down to a 6.4. Okay, it's very quiet. It's a very quiet game. I don't like how this is going. And I don't really know what to do about it, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to drop Dybala down. And just see how that goes. I mean, we got the better stats, but once again, we're struggling to get it in the net. Sandro, Rabiot with a cross in. Oh, long clearance. Fortunately, only as far as Nacho. De Ligt. Cuadrado. Rabiot. Ronaldo. Bernardeschi again. Oh, that was... Whoever that was, they hit the crossbar. That's great. But Ronaldo, man, come on. I think I'm taking him off now. Isn't it ridiculous? You know what? I'm not. I'm leaving him on till half-time because he can still pop up, get a goal, and we'll be fine. Cuadrado with the throw-in. Bernardeschi. Oh, my goodness. Again, I don't know who got on the end of that, but Berisha is one heck of a keeper, I would suggest. Ronaldo on the ball again. Rabiot. Dybala. Long shot and it's over. Coming up to half time. I like the fact that we're taking chances, but I don't like the fact that we haven't put any away yet. Ronaldo. Higuain. He's got Ronaldo in front of him. Sneaky ball. No. Rabiot. Ronaldo. See, I was right to keep him on. I knew it. He was 6.3. He's just scored a fantastic goal. It's what he's capable of. Feel a bit better now. Yeah, Higuain. I thought he was going to put a little through ball. He didn't. Rabiot. Had to go instead. And Ronaldo. First time shot. Places it perfectly. With some power, I might add. And that is Juventus 1. Spal 0. We're not even at half time yet. But that makes me feel a little better. All the pressure we've been putting on. We finally got a goal. Rabiot. Cuadrado. Bernardeschi. Oh, off the post. Sandro. Higuain has a go. But yeah, that's definitely improved Ronaldo's game, scoring that goal there. Certainly made up for missing the penalty, that's for certain. So, yeah. You're going well, but I know you're capable of doing better. None of you have played badly, but some of you are only just about playing average, which I'm not entirely happy with. Ronaldo might need to come off anyway because he's a wee bit knackered, but I think I'll leave him on for now. And we'll just see how things go. Assistant doesn't really have anything to add, so we will carry on. Oh, Dybala with a free kick into the box. Oh my goodness, Higuain gets on the end of that. Fantastic. That's a goal from an indirect free kick to add to the list. Well done. But lovely ball from Dybala. It's raining here at Juventus. And Higuain sticks his foot out and puts it away. 49 minutes. Juventus 2, Spal 0. Oh, yeah, and he was miles onside. Which, to be honest, I didn't doubt, so we'll skip that. We don't need to see it a million times. It's good, don't get me wrong. Alright, Juve. Juve 2, Spal 0. 60 minutes. I'm going to make some subs now because apart from anything else, there's the fitness aspect. Ronaldo on for Costa. Nacho. Oh, yeah, you see about Regani. Regani's not been playing either. Bonucci was rested. I'm going to bring on Regani anyway. I know he's not the best of the best. Bentancur, I'm going to bring on. I think I'm going to go with Sami Khedira anyway. Alright, look, that's all I'm going to do. That's all 3 subs. 65 minutes. Let's get creative, boys. They're pushing us a bit hard now. I don't like the look of that. 20 shots, 9 on target to their 2 and 2. It only takes them to make their on-target shots count. We are apparently complacent. Corner, Dybala takes it. Claimed by Berisha. I am going to scout him. He's actually done well against us today, I felt. Just curious. Alessandro. Oh my goodness. Miserly. Murgia. What are we doing, Juve? Let's close them down. They're getting way too many touches on the ball. Oh, Cuadrado, that was terrible. Good clearance there. Excellent clearance. Okay, Rabiot. Part of a counter-attack. Costa. Rabiot. Costa, of course, on for Ronaldo. Higuain has a go, and oh my goodness, that was a powerful one. Bounced off the post, looked like it hit the keeper, and went in. Lovely work from Rabiot. Higuain. Boom. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like it kind of maybe hits the keeper / the post a bit. But that's 3-0. Juve 3, Spal 0, 80th minute. 23 shots, 11 on target. Oh, D'Alessandro with a free kick. And oh, that's just wide. Berisha with a goal kick. 84 minutes now. Oh, and he finds Velotti. I'm going to just let's drop back to positive, and I think that I'm gonna. I don't normally waste time, but I think it's a thing I've adopted, shall we say, now that I'm managing a big team. Quadrado coming forward. A lot of players who love to do things like this, go on these mad runs. Costa cross in. Oh, Bernardeschi had a go, but wasn't to be. Delit picks up the cleared ball. And Juve back on the counter-attack. Rabiot finds Bernardeschi. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd taken a shot and that it was going to miss, but Costa came on the end of that cross and hammered it home. Costa, of course, on for the slightly knackered Ronaldo. But look at this. Rabiot with the ball forward. Bernardeschi controls it. Puts the cross in. Curling. Costa gets on the end. Squeezes it home. Juventus 4, Spal 0. And now we're complacent. Come on, boys, show some passion. There you go. Kiedra's still complacent. But everyone looks a bit knackered. Well, that's it. Full time. Juventus 4, Spal 0. Goals from Cristiano Ronaldo. 2 from Higuain and 1 from Costa. And, of course, poor Ronaldo missing a penalty. But that goal he scored made up for that. 26 shots, 14 on target to their 3 and 2. Only 4 fouls to their 17. And we had the most possession too on 54%. Flawless performance, basically. This is, I find, interesting. Assistant manager doesn't need to address anything specific. Where I just want to say, well done, lads, it was a good win. Because it was a good win. We won 4-0. That's a good win. I don't care if Juventus or Oldham or anybody else. 4-0 is a good win. Okay, let's have a final quick review. We are top. Played 11, won 10, drawn 1. Goal difference of plus 35, and we're on 31 points, which is 6 points ahead of Fiorentina, who are in second place. They had a good result today, beating Atalanta 3-1. So, number one, I don't feel threatened in the league. We are only 11 games in, but I mean, I don't know that there's, Fiorentina maybe, we haven't played them yet, but you know what I mean? I don't feel like there's too many teams that are of a level to really threaten us. Inter, as I say, forced a draw on us, but they're the draw specialists at the moment, having drawn more than anybody else. Fiorentina only one behind them, if you know what I mean. But, so keep an eye on them, obviously. But realistically, this league is ours. It's just whether or not we manage to do okay in relation to all other things within the club vision. But they're pleased we're playing entertaining football, and so am I. And they're pleased about our Champions League and Serie A results so far. And as you can see, their only notable criticism is our 1-1 draw with Inter. So, yeah, that's about it really. There's not been any more transfers. I've not done anything else. I've literally been working with whom I've got. Right now, I'm going to go off. Well, actually, I'm not, because at the point I'm recording this, they haven't been released yet. But the point you've finished seeing this, it is the time where everybody has released their episodes, and I really need to see how everybody's doing because, like I say, I feel like I've had some good results there. It is only 10 games in, 11 games in now, but pretty sure everybody else is doing just as well. So, we'll see how it gets on for the next episode. In the meantime, I've been avoiding relegation. This has been Versus4. Thank you very much for watching.